Stonks, one of the worst names ever for a game. It's a stock market trick-taking game. It's designed by the same person who did Comic Hunters. And, well, let me just show you a little bit. As I said, it's a stock market game. Here are the 5 different stocks. Each one, you'll put them out randomly, but then they have prices from 1 to 5 that you put out like this. The lowest one is the Trump color of this round. There's a deck of cards, and this deck of cards is going to have cards that match these different stocks from 1 to 13. Each of them has a certain value of stock. So this is 2 of the Apple stocks. This one here is 3 of the Honey stocks. And players are going to be each round of the game, and a game can be as many rounds as players decide. 2 or 3 is recommended. You'll get dealt a certain number of cards, and then there will be a pile left over next to the board. Players are going to take 2 of these cards, put one face up, one face down, so everyone knows one stock you have and one stock that you don't. It's 2 apples. And then you just play a series of trick-taking rounds where one person will lead off. Everyone else has to follow suit if they can. If not, they can play any card they want. After everyone's played a card, you're going to, whoever has played the highest card in Trump, green in this case, would win the trick. If not, if no Trump card's been played, whoever played the highest lead card wins the trick. The winner can pick any of the cards that was played during the trick. At the end of a trick, you'll turn over the top card from the deck. You can also win that card as a stock that you'll put in front of them. You'll then lead the next trick. Also, many of the cards have up-down arrows on them. That lets you move stock prices up or down 1 or 2 spaces. When you do that, you flip it over. It can't be moved again until something else is moved. And that will change possibly Trump. Maybe this one goes up to 4. This is now the lowest stock, so now fish would be Trump. Anyway, at the end, you count up how much all your shares are worth. Like this apple, this double apple will be worth 10 points. Add your points. After several rounds, whoever has most points is the winner. Now, Stonks, oh man, I hate the name. I do like the artwork. The silly animal art on this is what I would consider to be an esoteric trick-taking game. Now, you might say, I don't like stock market games. Then you might not like this because the stock part of it is pretty involved. I found it to be interesting. It's really curious as to when you play the right cards. There is some disadvantages to the game. I think that getting a handful of high cards is just good. The low cards are also good because you can manipulate the stock. The middle cards, the 5, 6, and 7s, are worth more points, but if you don't win tricks with them, you're just giving to other players. So a handful of high cards, I think, can do you a lot of good in this. So that keeps it from being great for me, but I still enjoyed it. I would have to look hard to find the people to play it with because it's unusual, like, hey, stock market's and trick-taking. I know a lot of people who would like that, but I think there are not as many as I would want there to be. This one is a 7 out of 10 for me.